everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. In this video, I would like to talk about the 24 solar terms in a year. Okay, let's get started. 24 solar terms. As seen on Earth, the Sun moves eastward relative to stars in the celestial sphere with a period of 1 year. The path of the Sun on the celestial sphere is a great circle and is called the ecliptic. This is Earth's orbital plane projected onto the celestial sphere. In the past, Chinese astronomers determined the position of the Sun in the ecliptic using a gnomon. It measures the length of the shadow of an upright pole cast by the Sun at solar noon. Here, solar noon means the time of a day when the Sun is due south, at locations north of the Tropic of Cancer. The day at which the shadow at solar noon is the longest is called Dongji, or winter solstice. The period between two successive winter solstices is called a Shai, whereas the period between two successive Chinese New Year days is called a Nian. Today, Shai is rarely used to measure time, except when talking about a person's age, and Nian generally refers to a year in Gregorian calendar. Starting from winter solstice, the ecliptic can be divided into 24 uniformly spaced sections. There are 24 boundary points separating the 24 sections. The times of the 24 solar terms are defined to be the times when the Sun reaches these 24 points on the ecliptic. These are 24 seasonal markers invented by the ancient Chinese. The 24 solar terms are thus generalizations of the equinoxes and solstices, which divide the ecliptic into 4 sections. We now know that the apparent motion of the Sun is caused by Earth's orbital motion around the Sun. So we can think of the 24 solar terms as the times when the Earth passes 24 points in its orbit, as shown in the figure below. Note that Earth's spin axis is not perpendicular to its orbital plane. It is this tilt that causes seasons and the varying shadow lengths at solar noons over the course of the year. In modern astronomical parlance, the 24 solar terms are defined as the times when the apparent geocentric elliptic longitude of the Sun reaches integral multiples of 15 degrees. Starting from winter solstice, the odd-numbered solar terms are called the major solar terms, Zhongqi, and the even-numbered solar terms are called minor solar terms, Jieqi. The following table lists the 24 solar terms, the English translation of their names, and the Sun's apparent geocentric longitude. A major solar term is labeled by Z, followed by a number, and a minor solar term is labeled by J, followed by a number. Okay, here's the table. Solar term J1, beginning of spring. Sun's longitude 315. If you remember, 153 is equal to Father plus Jesus Christ plus body of church. Approximate date is February 4th. So this year is February 4th, the same. Then rainwater. Sun's longitude 330 degrees, which is Jesus Christ died at 33 years old. And approximate date is February 19th, and this year is exactly February 19th. Waking of insects, we just passed that day, March 6th. Sun's longitude is 345 degrees. 345 means God Almighty. Moses, the Lord God. And then spring equinox, which is Sun's longitude 0 degree. Approximate day is March 21st, but this year is March 19th. 0 degree, which means the middle of spring. At the middle point is 0 degree. And that's why I refer this week, in the middle of the week, is the middle of the Menorah, which means the candlestick in the middle of the Menorah is Jesus Christ. So, rapture could happen during this middle of the week, when the sun's longitude is close to or equal to 0 degree, which means the middle of spring. Is in the middle of the season. Not the beginning, not the end, is in the middle. Because he is the Alpha and Omega, he's the beginning and the end. So that's why he's coming in the middle when things happening. In the middle of the week, in the middle of the year, in the middle of the season, and in the middle of the crisis. Pure brightness. Sun's longitude 15 degree. Approximate day is April 5th. And is the second half of the spring. So let's see, this year is, this year is April 4th. Clear and bright. And then rain. Sun's longitude 30 degree. Approximate day is April 20th, but this year is April 19th. The beginning of summer. Sun's longitude is 45 degree. Approximate day is May 6th. And this year is May 5th. Grain full. Sun's longitude is 60. Approximate day is May 21st. This year is May 20th. Then grain in air, 75 degree. Approximate day is June 6th. Let me see this year. This year is June 5th. Summer solstice. Sun's longitude 90 degree. Approximate day is June 22nd. This year is June 21st. So, summer solstice again is the middle of summer. It's not the beginning of summer. According to the sun's longitude and the planetary movements during the year. And it makes sense that there are 24 solar terms, which is 24 hours a day. And 4 seasons, we just concerned about the middle of the season, which is the Western style, the Gregorian calendar, which is developed by the Pope in Rome. I think his name is Gregory. So it's a Roman Empire. During that time, they created this to confuse the people in the world about the season. So if we don't know this calendar, the Chinese calendar is the lunar solar calendar, according to the agriculture, weather during the year, based on the sun's movement, then we be lost count of the time and the season. So if we think that, for example, spring equinox is the beginning of the spring, then we will miss summer. And we thought that the summer, it will not begin until late June. So we will miss the rapture time, we will miss the beginning of the tribulation, and so forth. Now let's take a look at the information of the 24 solar term. The first one is Li Chen, which is beginning of spring, and at the bottom of the paragraph, the so-called the plan of 1 year starts since the spring. The climate warming up, flowers start blooming, birds begin twittering, farmers started cultivating and planting crops. Then the second one is 雨水 or the rainwater. It's the second solar term of the 24 solar terms. Its date is around the 15th of the first lunar month. So Gregorian calendar, February 18 to 19. And the sun reaches the celestial longitude 330 degrees. At this date, the temperature keeps elevating, snow and ice start melting, precipitation and rains increased. So it named the rainwater. So the third solar term, 惊醒 or the awakening from hibernation, is the third solar term of the 24 solar terms. Its date is around the 5th or 6th of March. The sun reaches the celestial longitude 345 degrees. Before the solar term, 惊醒 or the awakening from hibernation, small animals still hidden in soil and in hibernation do not eat and not drink, so it was named hibernation. G. Once the spring thunder wakes up those small animals, it was named shocking. At the date of the Jingxi, or the awakening of the awakening from hibernation, small animals wake up. The temperature turns warm, spring thunder comes. Most areas of China and the northern hemisphere enter into the plowing seasons. Number 4, Chunfan, or the spring equinox, also known as the vernal equinox, is the midpoint of the 90 spring days. It is the fourth solar terms of the 24 solar terms. Its date is around 20th or 21st of March. The sun reaches the celestial longitude 0 degree. At the date of the vernal equinox, the sun shining directly on the Earth's equator. The north and south hemisphere season is opposite. The northern hemisphere, it is the spring equinox. In the southern hemisphere, it is the autumnal equinox. Okay, I hope you guys like this video and information. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.